Hi, everybody. I had some thoughts that, for some reason, I felt like I wanted to share with y'all. 2016, man. This has been quite a year for myself, and I think for a lot of you all as well. Um, Personally, this year I graduated college with a bachelor's in English degree. Uh, 4 years of hell, and so it finally ended. I feel proud of what I accomplished. Not only that, but I moved out of my parents' house, Only took me 25 years, but I did it. And I'm actually getting married less than a month from now to the love of my life. And, well, this year, another great thing that's happened is I discovered my purpose in life. Up to now, I just wanted to get rich and famous. I wanted to be a famous author, and I thought I could change the world that way. But this year I discovered, I said, but is that going to make me, happy? Maybe, maybe not. And I thought, hey, maybe, what about teaching? And I thought about it, I was like, yeah, if I can stand up in front of a class every day and be funny and also educate young minds into having them find the joy in writing and expressing themselves and seeing them grow up and make changes of their own, I think that would fill me up with a lifetime of joy. That would make me rich. I don't want a mansion anymore. I just want a nice simple home for my wife and kids to live in. And that right there, just realizing that made me so happy. And I hope everybody else can find their purpose, you know. And the key to that is not finding what's going to make you rich, but what's going to make you happy. Because tell me, there's nothing richer than that. But what I really wanted to talk about was how in many ways this year has been kind of depressing. And I think it all started in January when one of my favorite musicians slash actor, David Bowie, passed away. That came out of nowhere, too. I always enjoyed watching him in the Labyrinth, like many of you all, and Christmas is coming up, the Christmas season, and his duet with I forget his name. They sing like a version of the Little Drummer Boy. That's my favorite song during Christmas. Besides, hearing the canon, the orchestrated version with all the kids singing. Those two songs really make the holidays come to life for me, and the fact that he's no longer here, that hurts. But I mean, to be honest, celebrity deaths were like the closest I ever got to, experiencing death. When Robin Williams passed away, that was tough because I was like, I'm never going to see him in another movie or hear his voice again. And I always listen to Coast to Coast, which is this radio talk show that comes on at night, and they talk about ghosts and aliens and conspiracy theories. A lot of fun stuff. And they said that Robin Williams was an avid listener of that show. And every time I tuned in, I imagined him sitting by the radio listening to the same stuff. I kept thinking, man, what's Robin Williams thinking about this? And the other fact is he was a Zelda fan. He named his daughter Zelda after the series, and that right there like put a connection, and then he just he passed away, so that hurt. But this was the year where I experienced death close to me. My grandmother on my dad's side passed away, and it sucks because I saw her every Good Friday and every Christmas. I always look forward to seeing her, and this year it's gonna be weird not seeing her. But she lived to a nice age, and we all knew it was coming, so we were prepared. The other death, which really hits home for me, is my dog Blue. I helped raise this guy along with the rest of my family. It took a village to raise this guy, and he was so spoiled, but he had such a fun personality. And 11 years that dog was alive, and I was expecting to see him for 15 years, and I really wanted to see him when I got married, and it just doesn't look like that was in the works. At the beginning of the year, he started having heart problems, and little by little, I had to watch him kind of deteriorate in my very eyes. The saddest thing is that I walked him almost every day, and up until the day he died, there was still that will in him to go walking. He wanted to go walking, and he wanted to pee on everything in sight. And sadly, that's just never going to happen. Excuse me. When he died, I felt so lonely and depressed. I mean, even though I have a fiance that I'm living with, and she was supporting me through it, it still hurt. It still hurt. He was my pal. He was my best friend, and the fact that I don't get to see him every day. He also kept the family together. I mean, no matter how bad of a day we were having, his little Shih Tzu face just it just made us smile, and he was very therapeutic. I'll say that he was the best dog in the world, and every day I miss him. And it took me a good while to get over it. I mean, there's not been a day I don't think about him, but for the first month it was very painful. And I say that because also I got a hamstring injury in my leg. So I feel like whereas if I could have been doing more like walking and cleared my mind, that would have been fine. But I was bound at home, on the sofa with ice packs on my leg. And I had nothing else to do but think about it. So that was horrible, but I finally got over it. And then guess what? Another death. This time it was somebody that I knew. He went to this writer group at the library that I usually go to, and I go to this writer group. I like writing stories, and at this group we would share each other's stories, and we would critique them, and we would, get better. This guy, apparently he just passed away. He was 39, and he did not look 39. I thought he was like my age, like 20, 25, and he just seemed so healthy and full of life, and we would talk about geeky things like Star Wars and comics. I remember how excited like him and other members of the group were about Star Wars Episode 7. We were talking about theories, and it was just such a great guy. And then come Halloween night, he just passes away, just like that. And that one I did not see coming. With my grandmother, with Blue, but this just came out of nowhere. And he read my stories. I submitted like chapters of a book I'm working on, and I still have notes of critiques that he gave me. but the sad thing is that I'm never going to be able to show him like what those critiques meant to me, like how they affected the finished project, how they made my story better. And on the flip side, he had a story of his own that he was working on. I stopped going to the group for a while because I got caught up in all the crap involving Blue's death, and also there was a lot of wedding planning. I don't know. I really need to get back into it, but but I still get emails from the group. So whenever somebody submits a story, I see it. I don't get to read all of them, but I know he submitted something the week before he died. Like he was working on something. He had a goal. He had something that he wanted to create, and just like that, it's going to be left unfinished. And that, to me, that just hurts. So it's just been a whole year of death. And I had never felt so pathetic in my life. Pathetic? No, I felt angry. I felt like I wanted to actually fight death and just, wring his neck and just be like, why? Why do you have to do this? And then, very recently, I was sitting on the balcony of my apartment, and for some reason that night I couldn't sleep. I've had a lot of sleepless nights these past couple of months, and so I was up early, and I was sitting out there 6:30 in the morning. I had my cup of coffee. In fact, hang on a sec. Let me get a sec. I had my coffee, and I wasn't listening to the radio or music. I was just staring up at the sky, and I saw a gorgeous sunrise. The sky was gold, then there was these shades of light blue, and it was so magnificent. But at the time, I couldn't appreciate it. I was just so filled with anger, and I was like, look at this. Look at this crap. My grandmother, my dog, even this guy I knew, they're not here to see this. They're not here to see this sunrise or smell this crisp morning air or feel this cold tingle of the breeze, and I felt so upset about it. But then 3 words came into mind. I said, they're not here to see this, but I am. But I am. And that was a moment that just kind of changed everything, and I felt the anger flush out of my body, and suddenly I was anew again. And I said, oh, wow, I'm still alive. I still get to see this sunset. I still get to breathe this air. I still get to feel this cool weather. And then I said, wow, I'm so grateful for this. And suddenly anger, depression, sadness, it all left. And like a snowball rolling down a hill, it just got, I was suddenly saying, man, I'm grateful that I'm alive. I'm grateful that all I got was a hamstring accident. I'm glad I don't have cancer. I'm grateful that this coffee tastes amazing. In fact, let me take another sip right now. The fact that I get to I get to taste this coffee, you know? The fact that I'm able to afford the milk to put in this coffee to make it taste so good, it just went on and on. I'm grateful to have my fiance. She's amazing. I'm grateful to have discovered what I want to do with my life, even though it's at the age of 25, 26. Uh, some people don't figure this out until they're like 50 or 60. And it feels like life is now coming all together. And it's because I'm not focusing on death and sadness. I'm focusing on living now. I am focused on appreciating every taste, every smell, every warmth of the sun, every beautiful sight I see. I am savoring it, and I'm saying one day this is all going to end, but I truly believe that my memories will never die, and they will go with my soul to wherever it is that it goes to. So I'm going to savor these moments, and one day when I see all the people around me that have passed on, my dog, my grandmother, this guy I knew, and many, many more that are to come, I will tell them what I did, what I saw, and how much I enjoyed it. And I just have to say I'm so grateful for everything. And now I have a new ritual every day. I will find at least 5 things I'm grateful for, whether it's the sunrise or the sky or the freaking milk I put in my coffee. I will appreciate at least 5 things every day. And I will do that first thing when I wake up because I want to start my day with a smile. I will not refuse. I refuse to be waking up and feeling depressed anymore. I'm gonna be grateful for every day I get, no matter what happens. So I'm just saying, I guess I just made this video because, I don't know, maybe some of y'all are doing the same thing out there. Maybe some of you are all depressed, and maybe this could help you. It might not, but I really think that the more you find joy in life, the less fear you have, the less depressed you will feel, the less anger you will feel. We truly, this is such a great gift, and I've never been afraid of death. Children 7 years or younger have to face cancer, a lot of them. And they face it headstrong, and they're not afraid of it, so why the hell should I be afraid of it? But at the same time, even though I was never afraid of death, I was kind of afraid to live my life fully. But now I'm not, because I realize what an incredible gift it is. And I feel so blessed right now. Even in my situation, I'm unemployed. I'm pursuing a job in teaching. And most other people would be like, wow, man, that's rough. But right now, I am just so glad I have what I have. So I hope this video helps some people. To be honest, I guess I mostly made it for myself to kind of pour it out and, just record it. Because I don't know, something in me was like telling me that I needed to express this in some way. So thank you all for chilling by and listening, and I hope this helps. I really do. That's my real. I think that's the real reason why I made this, is that maybe just one person watching this can find something uplifting about it. So thank you all for watching, and hell, have a great day. Make it a memorable one. Thanks.